Gamers, today I want to make a video about can you compete in AFK Journey as a free-to-play player? Now, this is an account that I've actually spent money on. I've got a Supreme plus Sishia, she's doing pretty good. I've got a Mythic Smokey and a Supreme Thorin. I've got a couple different units that are Supreme and closing in on Supreme Plus. I've invested as much as I can into a few of their weapons, but unfortunately I don't have this essence. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, this is going to be a main part of the video. I have a pretty good account. I could beat a lot of the content in the game. I could push through the arena, and I'm like relatively high rank, not the highest rank, but like doing okay. We've done a lot of the Arcane Labyrinth. Even in the Legend Trial, we've started to push pretty good. Our account, compared to many on the server, is trash. Despite playing every day, doing every daily quest, my account is pretty trash. Now, this may be niche to my server being a whale server or like a very competitive server. Maybe your experience would be different. But as a free-to-play player, I want to show you a different account. I want to show you my free-to-play account that I played every single minute of the day to do that account. I want to show you where I ranked on that account, all right? But on my account, I am in the top 10%. I'm far off. If we start looking at the leaderboards in all these different things, I'm top 200 in maybe like a couple of them because I've got good units, but like top 5%, top 9%, top 9%, top 10%, I should say. I am so far behind everybody else, it's not even funny. They are doing 80 million damage and I'm doing 20 million damage at best. All right? They're doing 58,000, I'm doing 9 million. They're doing so far above me, it's crazy. And because of that, I get 255 of these dream fragments every day, and I'm getting 5 of these bad boys. While some of the top people are getting 350 plus all of these, or 400 in those, or more. And so the snowball is happening where they are upgrading their units to level 6 and 10, or 6 to 15, whatever it is. They're getting some of these very, very big upgrades from Temporal Essence, and I cannot. It's impossible. Until I ascend multiple times and push further into the arena, or I push further into the Legend Trials, there's no way for me currently to get Temporal Essence. And so even though I've spent money on my server, I still can't compete. And I'm in one of the top guilds in our server. If we look at our clan and we look at our server, I am in, I think, number 2. All right? We're doing awesome. We're doing really, really good. Okay, we're going to get some big rewards at the end of the month for being in the top guild. I'm really happy with this. But, we are still, like, way off the top guild. They are doubling us in glory points. In the Dream Realm, they're doubling or tripling us. In every single way, this guild, they are a whale guild. They are better than us. Other than Honor Duel. Hell yeah! Honor Duel! And even in my own guild, if we look at the member rankings, I'm like the worst person on our guild. I grind this game, and I am like one of the worst people in our guild. If we look at the Dream Realm, the arena, I'm unranked. Like, I am super low down. Even though I play and I try hard and I feel like I've gotten decent luck on this account, I am trash in comparison to a lot of people. And if we look at the power level of some of these people, they're more than double me. I'm like 8, 9 million, whatever it is. They're like 20 million, 21 million, 26 million. Let's go in the top here. 23, 26, 26, and what's number 1? 32 million power. And what am I? Almost 9. And so for me, someone who has spent some money on this account, like about $100, I ended up buying a few different things from the shop, so I'll just show you that. I bought 1 month of each of these, okay? I think I might have got, well, there's just I got a free limited bundle, but I also bought this rate up bundle, so that was a free Vala back in the day. I don't think I've gotten any permanent bundles, but I've also got the Noble Path. Oh, and I think it's gone now, but there was like the Progress Pack, which was like hundreds of pulls. It was a lot of pulls, and it's for doing AFK stages. That was like $30 or $40. and I've got the noble path, which is tons of experience. We're talking tons of experience. And if I would have done this early on, maybe that would change things, because I think maybe it would snowball a little bit more. But I waited to get the noble path. I don't know why. I just did. I just waited to do it. I was already like weeks into the server before I bought it. But I think this would have definitely helped overall to get the account up and running and pushing and progressing. And so even though I spent, and maybe didn't spend well, I am only in the top 10% on my server. And honestly, like, I'm struggling. I'm struggling because some of the main upgrade materials, I'm getting less than everybody. So it's harder for me to get some of these upgrades that are game-changing. But the next tier up, that would allow, again, some game-changing upgrades, I don't have the currency. I can't get the currency. It is impossible at this moment and stage in the game for me to do it. And I'm close. I only need a few. If I could just get a few of those, I would be in a whole nother realm. I know that I could have played this account smarter. I could have maybe been a little bit more lucky. I could have made some different decisions. I could have had Marley on her mythic item sooner, but I made a dumb error. But it is a little bit sad that I, played arguably decent. I'm still so far behind other people. Now, you could say, well, that's just this server because there's a bunch of whales. Well, let's talk about that. I started this free-to-play account yesterday, and I played every single minute that the server was live. I sat there refreshing the servers until this one opened up. I made an account, and I didn't log out until like 5 seconds before the Dream Realm was done. I grinded to the very last minute. I did all my fights possible. I couldn't progress the account anymore. And I landed in the top 30 in the Dream Realm. So minimum, in this first day, there's got to be either someone or some people that got luckier than me. Maybe a critical hit could change things. Maybe I could have moved up with just like a little bit more of something. But I was in the top 30. And to get to the top 20, where you start getting more rewards, there was probably too much of a gap there to make it up. Even if I got lucky and got like a couple dupes, I probably still wouldn't make up this distance, because that's where the rewards start to take off a little bit. So 21 to 50, pretty good. I'm cool with that. I'm happy with that. At 21, you get 50 more of this, you get 2 more of these, you get another one of those. It does start to add up. That's pretty valuable. And then if you're in the top 10, it scales up even more from there. Good luck. Good luck on that, because in the top 20, maybe. If I played perfectly, if I got a couple different things, maybe. But the top 10? No shot. I would have had to double my damage. It's just impossible. It's literally impossible. Even with perfect play and perfect luck, it's not going to happen. The only way people are getting these damage numbers is because they spent money. Because I know where my ascensions were at and what it would take to get there, and it's just the experience books from the Noble Path that they bought, and maybe some dupes of different units. But I pushed as hard as I possibly could. I played as sweaty as I could, and I was still only 30th. And some people, they did triple my damage, double my damage. Some people beat the boss and moved on to the next one and then still tripled it. And if we look at the overall power, this person is at 1,000,000 power. I'm at 150. So their account is 6 times stronger. All right. And then with the Skyclops, I've got a pretty good team for this, actually. I'm in 37th, and I'm starting to slip. All right, I'm starting to slip further down, and I think if I play all day and I grind all day, I'm sure I could probably maintain this and sustain this and do all right. And I think that is reasonable. If I work my butt off, I could stay in the top 50. I have a feeling that I could stay in the top 50. But if you take one day off, if you don't do a quest, you can start a snowball in the other direction, and the issue is you start getting less of these, which means you can't upgrade your key units at the right time, which is less attack, which is less points, which is, you know what I'm saying? It does matter. Because your first upgrade, in the first 5 days, you're probably getting enough extra essence just being in the top 20 to ascend one more weapon one more time on one more character, right? Now my Odie and my Marilee have a weapon that's upgraded. Even just that first level, it starts to add up quite a bit. After a week or two, now you're starting to get enough of these currencies to start leveling it up to 7, 8, 9, and all these different things. It starts to snowball pretty bad. And unfortunately, I did make a mistake. I tried to play as optimally as possible, and what I did is I decided to not claim my daily quest. The idea was I was going to push my AFK ranks as high as I could, and then I would claim these. And I forgot. And so one misclick, one error, one lapse in judgment has now put me an entire ascension or more behind many of the other people, which then snowballs to over 10 or 15 AFK levels because this morning when I woke up and I got all this experience, the experience definitely helped, but the issue was the hero essence. I couldn't ascend. I guess right now I'm in a spot where I have a decent amount, but anyways, I was able to ascend and push like 10, 15 more levels in the morning. And I could have done that last night. And I just feel like I've already snowballed the account in the wrong way a little bit. I want to keep going because I don't want to like kill the series, but I've already started like a slippery slope the wrong way. I'm already starting to slip down in the rankings. And it is a lot of effort running another account here. I didn't realize how much time it would take in the early game, but I played like 6-7 hours yesterday. I played every minute that the server was available, and I still was only in the top 30. Now, Vulcan, he made like number 1. He was like number 1 on his server. I don't know how he did it. Unless no one spent on the entire server, or he logged in right before reset and like was one of the only people to fight the boss. Like, I don't know how it's even humanly possible. But at least on the servers I'm on, maybe I'm just getting unlucky. I keep getting all these people that are spending money, and they're getting like double, triple my power, quadruple my power. Now, I can play on this server as a free-to-play player, and we have probably one of the top guilds, Family AFK, right? There's a lot of my guild mates that are in the top rankings here. So like we'd probably have a really good guild, which leads to rewards, which is really good. And if I sweat my butt off, I can probably survive. I could thrive. But I will always, 100% of the time, be at a disadvantage. And the same thing goes with the arena. The goal of this account was to hopefully focus on certain units. I've actually got quite a few copies of her, and the idea is I'm going to get you to Legendary and Mythic Plus, and I'm going to dominate the Dream Realm. No, because the spenders are just going to do that first. They're just going to get there before me. Even if I considered doing this, I'm still not going to do it. Like they know the strats now. Maybe on the first servers, in the first few days, if I played really smart, the first week or two, maybe. But like, you can't get lucky enough to get these units into Legendary and Mythic on free-to-play pulls. You just can't gain this advantage, ever. I got pretty lucky with her. I got pretty lucky with Odie. I'm closing in on being able to take him to the next rank. I still need so many copies. Like, he needs so many copies, it's crazy. There's just no way. And so, at the end of the day, what is happening on this account is I would have to play 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks to then maybe outscale people with this character because they didn't build her as soon as I did. And maybe it'll push me into the top 20 for a day or two or something like that. Maybe not. But chances are, as a free-to-play player, if my spending account can't even come close to competing, there's no shot this account can compete. There's just no way. And I think it's for everyone that's free-to-play. And I actually want to bring this up to the devs a little bit. I understand that like it's a free game, so yeah, you're gonna progress slower, and you shouldn't be like the absolute best in the arena. The arena is like this ticking time bomb of I'm gonna start getting slaughtered because some of the teams that I'm fighting and that I'm losing to, they just have like better units. They're just like legendary. They've got more pulls, and in a lot of cases, there's people that are starting to get like the Thorins and these different units, and I know that it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse, and people are going to get mythic and supreme before I do. And um, unfortunately, I think there is the rich get richer to the point where um, it's stopping some of the economy of the game, if this makes sense. So the Dream Realm is one of the only ways to get this stuff. And without this stuff, you can't get major upgrades to your account. But if people get these, it then makes it harder for you to get them, and it almost makes it impossible to get them. Like, you have to be top 50 to get 2. You got to be in the top 100 to get 1. So definitely, that's, that could be 1 a day for sure. That adds up. 1 a day. You can start getting some upgrades. I need 25 days to ascend 1 level on 1 character. That is a lot of grinding. And what happens if I get pushed out of there? Well, now, which in my case, I'm not getting them at all, I can't progress. I can't catch up. There's no other source of things like this. And so it's like, it's a competitive game, but then you spend money and it becomes so far uncompetitive. Like, the advantage of spending is already here. But then when you take the rankings, I feel like it just tips the scales to this like very crazy level. And I think that if they don't fix that sort of economy of things, there will be issues long term for players because they just can't like progress properly. At least I can buy these units. I've got way less currency than some of the other people, like probably tens of thousands almost at this point, because I've never been in the top 20 or top 10. Those people are getting, 250 a day plus the scaling. We're probably talking 400 or 500 every single day, and this server's been out for a month. Like, it is starting to be a lot. 8,000, 10,000 more, so they've got more copies, of that, and the arena doesn't change that much. I think I'm doing good in the arena. I'm caught up there. The guild store, there's no major advantage there. That's okay. I don't think there's any major problems there. It's really just the Dream Realm and competing here that is the issue, because it's like a snowball. So I think that you can compete, but I think there's limits to it, and it's going to depend on your server. And I feel like I've already put myself in a hole on this account, and it is such a slog to do it again, to grind through it all again. I can't sleep if I want to compete on this account, because this server's already, I can tell it's like starting to get up there. So that's where I'm at. I don't know. I just wanted to make a video about it quick because I'm a little bit frustrated, but hey, it is what it is. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.